Greetings, friends, and happy Thanksgiving to you all. I know some of you don't celebrate Thanksgiving because of some of the terrible things that happened to the Native Americans, and I can understand that. I have ancestry that includes Native Americans, as well as includes some of the settlers that came here to this country fleeing religious persecution. I also have ancestry that includes some Africans brought to this country as slaves, so I have a little bit of everything going on there. But all of that represents part of our history and part of who we are. And there's all of our history, our country's history, our family history, and even our history as human beings is filled with positive and negatives that have brought us here to the point that we all live today. And our family chooses to celebrate Thanksgiving to express thanks to God for all this, as well as to acknowledge all those who have gone before us that have enabled us all to be here today to enjoy the life that we live.
That's right.
And during a time like this, a year that we have all experienced, it's even more important that we pause and express and give thanks.
Yes.
We need to do so.
For sure.
And I know at this time of year, many of you are purchasing gifts for friends and family members. And in this video, we're going to share with you a number of companies that are offering some really neat discounts, companies that we use their products and that we love.
And even if you're not buying gifts for other people, maybe you just want to take advantage of some sales this time of year for you and your homestead and for your family.
That's right. So if you don't want to purchase gifts for other people, you can be selfish and get them for yourself.
You're so weird. Your voice totally changed. Like they're like, who is that? Anyway, so our first company that we have is Redmond's Real Salt. And Redmond's is offering 15% off to our viewers. The coupon code is FitFarmer. And you can get everything there from, you know, individual shakers like these to 1 pound refills to 10 pounds of real salt.
It's like you're lifting weights for that one.
Hey, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna clean it. Right here. A little different than a kettlebell, but get your exercise in, right?
And this salt is much better than any salt that you're going to be able to get as far as all your processed salt that is out there. It's just junk. A lot of times it's filled with things like aluminum, and it lacks a lot of the trace minerals that you're going to get from real salt from companies like Redmond Salt. So we highly recommend them.
Yeah, and they have like fine grain, medium grain, all different kinds. Any kind of salt that you are looking for, they have.
Our second company that we are going to talk about is Forward Farm Tech, and I have really enjoyed using the Kelvin cultivator flame weeder. Use it in the garden, and it's really good for just torching up some of the unwanted plants, the weeds that are growing. As well as the broad fork, their quick flip broad fork. And actually Selah even enjoys using it. And they're actually offering 15% off to you all as well. So make sure you check out Forward Farm Tech.
And I'll leave all the discount codes and everything in the show notes below, so you'll have access to all of that later on.
And our third company is Murray McMurray Hatchery. And let me tell you, I have gotten a number of different birds from them and have not been disappointed. We've gotten Cornish crosses from there, and we've raised them from chicks to processed and have enjoyed the meat. We've also have gotten egg layers, as well as recently Pekin ducks that we're getting ready to harvest pretty soon. So right now they're offering their catalog absolutely free, so make sure you check it out, as well as they're offering 20% off their gift certificates. So you can get your gift certificates for your friend or your family member to help them with getting their chicks and getting their flocks in order. So make sure you check out Murray McMurray Hatchery.
And you may want to go ahead and pre-order some of your chicks for next year, because they're already taking orders, and get your name on the list so you don't get into the spring and then they don't have any chicks.
Exactly right. And our next company is related to Murray McMurray, and it's Stromberg's. They offer chicken supply, chicken equipment, processing equipment, and we recently got a plucker from them, and we'll be using it really soon. And right now they're offering 15% off any order over $100. They also have a lot of other things like your processing equipment as far as your plucker, as well as the scalder, and a number of the tools that you can use in the processing process.
They also have game birds, so you can order game birds from them too.
Yep, so make sure you check them out. Next company that we're going to highlight is MT Knives, and this is from our friend Patrick at MT Knives. I really enjoy this knife. I constantly use it all the time, and recently we went to Missouri just to have him sharpen it, and it was so neat to see him again. But right now his company is offering 10% off their knives. Really high quality knife. You won't regret it.
And it's a small business. It's a small family business, and you can know that your money is supporting a family directly.
That's right. And our next company is Stark Brothers. We've gotten a number of our fruit trees from there as we've been working on developing our permaculture orchard, and from Stark Brothers, and we haven't been disappointed at what we received from them. And we also had the opportunity while we were out in Missouri to visit and tour their complex, and it is so neat, all the different things that they're doing, all the fruit trees that they have there. So
the hundreds of thousands of fruit trees.
It is pretty amazing all that they have there and what they're doing.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the Stark Brothers video that we did, I highly suggest you go back and check it out. There's so much history to their company, and it's so big. It's really cool to see.
Yep, and they also have discounted gift certificates available as well.
So give the gift of a fruit tree.
That's right, and that keeps on giving. And our next company is Hive Butler. And this year was the first year that we added bees onto our homestead, and it was also the first year that I was able to harvest honey. It was a really neat experience doing it for the first time. We were at Adam and Michelle with Farm Life Outfitters. We were at their homestead, and we were harvesting honey, and it was a really neat experience doing so. And I was really thankful that we had the Hive Butler to do it in. It really helped aid that experience of being able to do it. And it really is, the Hive Butler is a really neat system, and it's a system that allows you can use it to inspect your frames and your hives. You can use it to collect the swarm, and you can also use it to harvest honey, which we did, as well as store your frames for the winter. So it's really neat, and they're offering 15% off to you, our viewers, as well.
And our next company that we want to highlight is Bootstrap Farmer.
And Bootstrap Farmer is probably the company that I have been purchasing products from the longest, and I have really enjoyed their products. They have a lot of really good quality products that I have used for a number of years now. Strong, sturdy products, such as their seed trays that really hold up well. I did a video a long time ago about the quality of their trays, comparing it to the cheapos that just don't last. You can go to your local hardware store and buy those cheapo trays, and they don't last. But you can get these Bootstrap Farmer trays, and they really last. These are from Bootstrap Farmer. It's kind of hard to see on camera here, on video, the quality difference between the best here and the okay version. And then we have the cheap, crappy version here. It's almost like paper. But if you knock on it, you should be able to hear the difference. These are definitely thicker, sturdier, and will last you a lot longer than the okay version, and definitely a lot longer than the cheap, crappy version that we just threw away. They also have things like hoop benders and grow bags, and they're offering $10 off any order for any of you who purchase from them. So I really recommend checking them out.
And they also have greenhouse kits and just tons of stuff that you could use on your homestead.
And they, like a number of these companies that we're mentioning today, they're really good people behind these companies, and I just want to highlight that. And we really enjoy the people at Bootstrap Farmer, and have been grateful to be able to contact them and provide them with feedback, and they're receptive of that.
Yeah. And their customer service and the warranties on their products are really great too. So you know you're getting not only a quality product, but also all the customer service behind it to back it up.
Yes. And our next company you can use if you purchase from Bootstrap Farmer, you can also purchase from this company, and they would work good together, and that is Todd Seeds. And Todd Seeds is a company that I have been purchasing bulk seed from for quite some time now, and I really like the seed that they provide. And when you're buying seed in bulk, especially if you're growing things like microgreens, you really need to buy it in bulk, and purchasing from Todd Seeds is a great company to do so. It really will give you the best bang for your buck, as well as quality and price. And right now they are offering $60 of free stuff if you have a purchase of over $50. So make sure you check that out. And all these companies, I won't say it again, will be providing their information in the show notes below.
Yep.
And our next company is some yummy honey stuff.
Oh, our friends over at Bluegrass Homestead, you know, they gave us the honey that the jar busted, which was a sad day here on the homestead.
And it was, because it was given to us by this such a great, kind family, and we were really appreciative of it, and it was so sad to see that honey go.
And their daughter, Daphne, is Mike's biggest fan.
Hey, Daphne.
She's so cute. And Charlie. Hey, Charlie.
Yep. Hey, Charlie.
So, I'll put all the information on how you can buy their honey that they produce, and all that'll be in the show notes too. And they also have a website called Off Grid Supply, where they have lots of different items, from knives to fire starters to MREs for a bug out bag if you're planning on that. Lots of different options. I just encourage you to go look, and
they actually have 25% off they're offering to you guys. So make sure, I highly recommend checking them out. Great products and a really great family. Hey again, Daphne. And another company that I want to mention is Radius Garden Tools. I really like their tools, especially like their digging fork. They have a number of discounts on these products, and the digging fork is a really great one to use for turning compost and things like that.
And their root slayer, if you have roots that you want to dig through, their root slayer shovel is where it's at.
Yep. And next is Haas Garden Tools, or Haas Tools.
Yes.
And they have a lot of great tools as far as your stirrup hoe, your wheel hoe.
Yep.
Is one of the primary tools that we use from Haas, as well as their seeder. So make sure you check them out as well. Last year, I removed approximately 100 trees from our homestead, and one of the tools that was really helpful in me doing this project was the Lagox 3-in-1 Forestry multi-tool. And right now, if you purchase this tool, you'll also get a free hauler holster. And that information is also in the show notes below. I think that about wraps it up, but I do want to mention one thing that you all can take advantage of, because it's free, and that is the Sacred Cow movie, documentary. It just came out, free screening, and it's only available for a limited time right now for free. We're going to include that in show notes below. But we just watched it, and our whole family watched it, and we really enjoy this movie. It's really great.
Good. It's so good.
One of the things that I like about it, and going into it I was a little timid, because I've seen a number of videos and documentaries that kind of paint raising animals in a negative light, but this movie does the opposite. It shows the real benefits and need for people to raise animals. Why animals are so integral in a part of the not the monoculture, but the poly or permaculture system, that it's all works together, that animals are needed. And even if you're just raising, and I really have been reflecting on this here recently, even if you're just growing vegetables, you still need animal inputs to continue to raise and grow those vegetables, because we need animals. We're all part of this integral system.
And so that means even if you're vegetarian or vegan, we need these animals in order to fertilize all the vegetables that are being eaten. So regardless of where you stand on eating meat or not eating meat, it all works together. That's how it's created. It's like we're one whole ecosystem.
Yep.
And we need to really learn that we can't live one without the other.
That's exactly right. So highly recommend checking out that movie.
Oh, and I want to tell you about one more thing that I'll be doing. So I'm going to do my own little gift guide that includes maybe some smaller pieces, maybe something a little more girly like jewelry that I found that I really love.
I have jewelry too.
Well, that's fine. You can have that jewelry. But this is the more girly stuff.
It's okay.
So maybe some, shirts or coffee mugs or fantastic herbal jewelry or things like that. Other small businesses that, have really been hit hard this year with everything that's been going on. So I'm going to include those in an email and just give you a whole list of stuff and lots of options of small companies that I know that could really use your business.
And if you haven't subscribed to our email newsletter, please do so, and you can check out the show notes below for information on how to do that too. But guys, it's really, really important that we support these smaller businesses right now. This year, probably more than ever, because a lot of businesses are hurting, have gone out of business, or could potentially go out of business, and they all need our help. So please support these guys and help them, because they are providing great products that continue to help us and help others like us to be able to produce their own food, grow their own food, so that we each can have the food security that we need, because we understand that our system is fragile.
Yeah.
And we each need to be able to do our part to grow what we need for ourselves and for our family, whether the system is intact or not. We need to be able to do so. So guys, support these guys, support these companies, and get your grow on.
Buy local, buy small,
and grow on.
I've never been known for my cautious side. You should know that